Okay, this resource video is going to walk through the steps to start your drawing file for the hydraulic arm project. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up your assembly. Here we're looking at the assembly view for the hydraulic arm, and here we're looking at it in the front view. That's where we're going to start. We're going to create a drawing, which is another file type, so we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to New, and we're going to go down here to Drawing. Click OK on that error message. Once the drawing opens up, we can see the border here, the title block. We're going to use the default size for this project. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our base view in here, which is going to be our front view, and then we'll go from that to create a top view, a right side view, and an isometric view. So, base view. Now, if you already have your final assembly open, your base view will show up right here. It's coming in at a scale of 1 to 2. If we make that a scale of 1 to 1, I think we'll find that it's probably too big for our paper. And so I think 1 to 2 is going to work best. So 1 to 2, put it here. Now, as I move up to the right into the corner, you're going to see these preview boxes in green. And that's good. We're going to use that to create a projected view top, projected view right side, and our isometric here in the corner. We'll click OK. It's going to process for a bit, and it's going to change these two line drawings. Now you notice there's a few parts missing in this drawing, but you should see those in yours when you create your drawings. Next step is we're going to go here, we're going to right click on this view, and we're going to come back and edit it. Now this is just the isometric. We'll go back and do that step again. When I get ready to right click, you'll see this red border shows up around my view. That red border allows me to select it by anywhere inside that border, and I can also move that view around. We're going to do a little rearranging of these views here in a minute, but first we're going to edit this view and shade it, and that will give us the full color version of our drawing. Now, I'm going to move these views this way just a little bit, and this one this way just a little bit, so that's some space in my title block. And I'm also going to move this isometric up here in this corner. No, we'll put it here in a cluster. Later on, we're going to use this space over here to create what's called a bill of materials list for all our parts. But for now, we're just going to work with it from here. Okay, once you have your views created, the next step is to dimension them. Now, the dimensions that I'm going to be looking for are just the overall width, height, and depth for this project. So, dimensioning is going to be up at the top of your screen in the Annotate tab of your ribbon, and dimension. This dimension tool works very similarly to the dimension tool that you used when you made your parts. And in this case, we're going to select the overall length, which for this is the back of this arm to the front of the claw. That's the overall length that we see. I'm going to put that there, and just click OK on that option. And then we might also select the width of here. Now I'm only looking for one, but you're more than welcome to add some extra dimensions there. Just make sure that you stack them as you would if you were creating a multi-view drawing. Okay, now that gives us our overall width. Zoom all, get back out here so we can see. Now we're going to do an overall height and depth as well. So we're coming here on dimension, choose our highest point of our current view and the lowest point of overall height. We'll bring that over here. Click OK. And then over here we're going to create a depth, and we'll go there, here. So okay. Okay, there's our overall dimensions. Now. This width could have gone here, and this depth could have gone here. But those are the basic dimensions you're looking for. Okay, so that's the start of the drawing. Now, we're going to zoom in on this title block. You can see right here it says Drawn by Administrator. That's going to be automatically filled in, and it should have something other than Administrator there. It's going to default to whatever your inventor puts there. But over here in the title block, what you should put up in the top here is your name, and then down here you're going to put your hydraulic arm drawing, And then right here, you notice this scale is already filled in for you, 1 to 2, and the date is filled in for you as well. All right, to fill in the title block, we're going to use text. So we're going to click here into our text area. Let's start a text box. Now, this should be your name. So in this case, put my name in here. Make sure we get it spelled correctly, and click OK. Now, looking at that, we could make that a little bigger. What I'm going to do right now is hit Escape to close my text tool. Show you a couple things. We can move this, and we can also right click on it and edit text. If we edit the text and we decide I want to change the size so it fits the space better, you want to highlight it. So we're going to highlight it, and I'm going to use a 0.24 text there. We'll just leave it as is and click OK. Now, notice that fits the space a little better. Down here in the title, we're going to put hydraulic arm, orthographic drawing. So we're going to select text and click into our title box here. And we're going to title our drawing. Enter. And orthographic drawing. Remember that an orthographic drawing is a multi-view drawing. In this case, we're selecting 4 views, our front, top, right side view, and an isometric view. I'm going to also make this text a size larger, and I'm going to make this bold because this is the title of our drawing. I'm going to hit Escape to close my text tool. Notice that some of this is a little bit low, so we're going to move that text up into the center of the title block area. Okay, so we got name, we got a title on our drawing, we've already got our date. Most of these boxes we won't use, but for today, that'll get us started with our drawing. Alright. Now, one thing you could do, if you'd like to, is here on your isometric view. When you edit that view, you might experiment, depending on your view, with using a full-scale isometric view. And you might find that you'll be able to find a space on your drawing where you can put your isometric view and still fit your multi-views. If you're careful in your spacing and location, you may be able to do that. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, that's the start of the drawing. We'll do some other things with this later. Don't forget, when you're working in Inventor, to save it. So at this point, you want to go here, choose File, do a Save As, and make sure you're saving it back to that original hydraulic arm folder that you've worked in before. So find that folder, HDA hydraulic arm, and of course this is going to be final assembly, and then you'll hit Save.